Hello, thank you for tuning in and for being a part of this learning process of information that's there. I am Michael Andrews. I am the president, the founder, and the CEO of ML Andrews Firm. In fact, www.mlandrewsfirm.com. Look, we want to talk about some very important things here, and I believe we're going to entitle this information, Don't Use Personal Credit for Business. Don't use personal credit for business. You don't want to cross over using your personal credit for business. Just because they ask for it on the application does not mean that you personally have to do it. And if you do, you open them up to be able to do that. And it causes all kinds of problems for whenever you're trying to do something personally for yourself. And that being that whether you are trying to get an automobile or whether you're trying to purchase a home or anything else, because you're going to have what's called debt to income ratio. Now, your tax write-off may be something else that you can account for different things such as the cars and all of that. But you need to know that even with business credit, if you have the right paydex score, you establishing it correctly can then go out and purchase an automobile, and you can do that, guess what, with business credit. So it can make room for your debt to income ratio because there are certain things that are involved there as well. All right, so we're gonna have a little fun here and be a little bit more relaxed about this here. So I want to say, don't use your personal credit for business because it will affect your DTI, which is nothing but an acronym for your debt to income ratio. So it's almost like a profit and loss statement that's there. It's seeing how much you actually have come in. And the system is designed to keep you out of trouble and to keep them making money, all right? I have a saying that often been said, that has been said by so many successful people around the world, and that is create an asset first. That's what you want to always do. If you're in business, you have that asset. You know through feasibility studies and everything else what's necessary and what America wants or in that. But because we're talking about business credit all around the world, you understand what they want. So you create an asset, let the asset produce an income. And from the income from that asset, now you can pay for your expenses. And so we tell you to talk to your tax attorney, your advisor, financial advisor, so you'll be able to understand that even more so. I have a mentor who often talks about mastery over procrastination. Do it now. Do not become a procrastinator. Do not suffer from what's called over-analysis paralysis. Don't become stuck in your rut because you're afraid to go forward and become successful. You do your research, you do your due diligence, and from there you go forward. He says, do it now. He often also said, Peter Daniels from Australia, he says this here. He says that if you're not living life on the edge, then you're taking up too much room. So you know that you need business credit, and guess what? You know that you need it now. There's a statement that says this here: successful people versus unsuccessful people is very simple. Successful people make decisions quickly. They look at the decision, they look at the opportunity, they seize upon the opportunity. If they find nuggets in what they are hearing, then they take advantage of that opportunity and they go and do it. Then unsuccessful people are the complete opposite. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly, can't make up their mind, change their mind frequently. And that's one of the reasons why they're unsuccessful. So I say the difference is this: unsuccessful people can never settle on anything. They're always vacillating over those particular things. But successful people say, look, this is what I want. Let me work out the terms and details for it. It's not a question when it comes to business credit of whether you need it or not. It's a question of when are you going to do it. The longer you hold up, the longer you wait. You're going to pay more in expenses that's there. And that's one of the credit bureaus. They offer, just for adding on some stuff, $2,000 for that, when you could have easily had business credit and applied that $2,000 there. Now, in the business credit, when we talk about the debt to income ratio, you've got cars and real estate and things of that sort that can affect you on that, even if you wanted a personal loan, a non-asset loan. But even in business, there are what we call assets-based loans, where it's based upon the asset and not based upon your credit. And even your bank account can be an asset as well, with certain deposits and things that are there as well. And we show you those things. We give you those companies as alternatives to the traditional banking system that's there. And then let's talk about the power of OPM. If you want to be successful in business and everything else, and people like Donald Trump, who's a very, very successful businessman, also have used that, and that's called OPM. The acronym stands for Other People Money. And that's what you want with business credit. You're utilizing other people's money to create what's called leverage. Leverage is a key thing that allows you to be successful in everything else. And then there's OPE, which is other people's efforts. You utilize our efforts. So while you're making your money, help us to get you money, allow us to help you to get money so you can continue to make more money through the leveraging of those dollars. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, who's just right up the street from where our offices are located, was asked the question, how did you go from almost being broke when you were a millionaire and then now a billionaire? He said one word, and that's leverage. I believe there's a television show that's called Leverage. Leverage is the key. Look up the definition. Time doesn't permit me to go into everything else. So you work your business and do that. Now we also have something that we have that I want to just share a little bit with you of a few things here at the ML Andrews firm. I want to talk about our phone number. Remember, it's 877-283-7475 toll free, or 682-323-0013. Now let me talk a little bit about this here. Business credit, this is what we offer in business credit, all right? We're gonna give you the 20-point compliance checklist to meet the credibility standards. They have standards in business just like with anything else. There are 20 points there. We're gonna do that for you. We're gonna check all of those 20 points there. The 411 listing setup, we're gonna help with that as well, because you need to look like the picture of a business. If they can't find you, neither can customers find you, but they're trying to lend you money, so you need to be able to be seen in the right place to be able to benefit that. And then also the EIN setup, you need to be able to know how to go about that process and know that it doesn't cost you any money. That is something absolutely free that you can do, but you do need to know how to set it up. You need to know the difference between the LLC. You need to know you make the decision, we don't. And you need to know the difference between a corporation, a C Corp versus a S Corp. You need to know the difference of whatever state you're in, whether there's a state income tax, a non-state income tax. You need to know the difference between being a DBA, the liabilities that's there, and you're personally responsible for certain debts that you could be sued because you don't have what's called a veil of protection. You need to know about that liability. You need to know about asset protection. You need to know about all of these things and what you can do, and even a trust. You need to look at your business name and address and approval criteria checklist, because every address you use is not a qualified address to get you where you need to be. And then you need to know about business bank account approval criteria such as checks. You need to look at we give you help with information such as your merchant account setup. We fix inaccuracies on your business credit report, because some people have inaccuracies on there, like their personal credit, because they've done business with some business, and it may be there could be something as small as an ink-pen company that sent you something and you didn't know you were charged about it because you never even looked at your business credit report. We go in and fix those inaccuracies that's there for you on the business credit. And then we do business credit reports and scoring. And we're going to train you and educate you on that. We do the setup of your initial business credit report. We do the starters for the vendors to build initial business credit, and then store business credit source and underwriting guidelines, cash credit source, including Visa, MasterCard, finance qualifiers, access to funding programs and letters, SBA alternative, SBA private